So, da sind wir wieder. Und wir beginnen direkt dann mal mit dem Prozess, nicht wahr? Los geht's. Mal schauen, ob wir recht behalten und es wirklich so ist, wie wir es denken. Jetzt sind wir alle hier. 2 Monokumas, okay. Er hat sich multipliziert. Nein, es sieht nur so aus, weil es eine Illusion ist. Ich spüre mich so schnell, es sieht nur so aus, als ob ich mich multipliziert hätte. Kannst du wohl erraten, wer der richtige Monokuma ist? Können wir jetzt einfach nur zum Aufzug? Du spielst nicht mit? Mit? Wir sind hier nicht, um mit dir zu spielen. Okay. Ja, dann alle auf den Train. Ich meine, Aufzug. Ja, hallo, Chamham, na, wie geht's? Wie war dein Samstag? Ich hoffe, der war wunderbar. Werde ich dort sehen. Okay, dann gehen wir. Warte mal, ich bin noch nicht mental darauf vorbereitet. Wir sind jetzt mental darauf vorbereitet. Du kannst nicht wegrennen, Hiro. Du wirst für deine Sünden bezahlen. Ich hab's doch gesagt, ich hab's nicht getan. Ernsthaft. Das erinnert mich. Hast du jedes andere Kostüm gefunden oder die Notiz? Nein, aber... Ah, wie schade. Da wissen wir, wer unser Täter ist. Oh.
Hey.
Ist nicht der Ort, wo wir das besprechen sollten. Spart euch eure Anschuldigungen, wenn wir im Gerichtssaal sind. Der hat recht. Lass erstmal runter und dann können wir mit der Geschichte beginnen. Alles gut, mein Hase. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was Hase für Geräusch macht, aber ja. Oh, warte, lol. So. Einen Moment. So. Ja, gute Idee. Is that not, friend? Ich vergesse immer wieder, ob du Deutsch oder Englisch sprichst. I've always forgot if you speak English or German, but let me say it in English. Hase means bunny. It's more of a, you know, not sexual, but like in a romantic way. Oh, yes. Ja, gute Idee. Das stimmt, wir müssen es tun. Nah, don't be sorry. It basically would be like... Alles gut, mein Freund. Like, my friend. I was thinking of a cute way to say friend. Ooh, is there a cute way to say friend? Mein Freund, okay, yeah, my friend is my friend, but let me think. Is there a cute way in German? Like, Freundchen is the cutification of Freund, but the problem is, Freundchen has also a negative connotation to be like, hey, buddy, like, if you're trying to scold someone. But yeah, if you want to be more personal, Kollege, like colleague. Kollege, Kumpel, buddy. Freundin is the female version of friend. Freund is the male version and Freundin is the female version. Oh, I will stick to Freund, haha, yeah. Okay, let's go. Lass uns tun. Ja. Let me think. But like I said, Kumpel, Kumpel, or I hope you are well. Yes, I am well. I hope you are well as well. I hope your Saturday was wonderful. Because I was on the birthday of my nephew and I had to drive 2 hours. It was such a long day. But yeah. 5, 8. We are only 8. Someone will die today. Einer wird heute sterben. How was your day? What did you do today? Es gibt kein Zurück mehr. Wir müssen das jetzt hier heute klären. So, wir sind jetzt alle unten und die Tür ging auf. Oh, neuer Hintergrund. So, Moment. Wait a minute. So. Als ich hier zusammengetrommelt hat, habe ich gesehen, wie viele noch übrig sind. Euer Schulleben kommt langsam zum Höhepunkt. I am in Poland again. I went to a big art museum, which was interesting. That's cool. Where? In Warsaw? Or somewhere else? Nur wegen dir. Warum? Warum lässt uns so solche schlimmen Dinge tun? Uns gegenseitig antun? Was war's? Hasst ihr mich denn so sehr, aber ich bin auch so süß. Hör auf rumzuspielen und beginnen mit dem Prozess. Ah. Hätt's mich nicht. Ah, Krakow? Okay. It was good. What art museum was it? Like, was there any kind of art direction or was it just a general art gallery? Oh ja, ich werde schon anfangen. Ich würde niemals eine Werbepause einlegen hier. Ich würde euch niemals so hinausziehen. Okay, lass uns dann beginnen. Jeder an seine Sitze. Und so öffnen sich die Vorhänge. Ja. Okay. Ja. Tödlicher. Ja, lass speichern. Es wird jetzt wahrscheinlich immer schwieriger. Open Handbook. Truth Bullets. Wir haben Monokuma-Pfeil, ja. Da stand aber nicht ganz genau, wo die getötet worden sind. Das weiß ich noch. I remember that they did not specify where they were killed. Blutharp, ja. Genau. Gucken wir uns das mal an. Let's check everything else. Ja. Meet in the dining hall. Okay. Gut, sollte passen. Wir haben ziemlich viel. We got a lot. Set skills. Cool and compose. Robot Justice costume, yes. So it's a national art museum. But there was a lot of contemporary art. I've been to a few contemporary art museums in Krakow already. Quite a rich art history here. Nice, that's actually really good. I was thinking about visiting Poland for a few days, like Warsaw. Or like Gdansk, or the old German name Gdanzig. But I don't have any free time left anymore. I need to wait for my next holiday, my next vacation. Okay, los geht's. Oh, warte. Okay, los geht's. Let's go, trial. Warsaw, I've heard, is very cool and Gdansk is meant to be beautiful. Yes.
With a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Yeah, but I want to visit both places.
If you can figure out who done it, then only then I'll punish everyone. Now then, to begin with.
We already know who did it.
Ah, aoi. Chill.
Was that?
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
This game's fun, yeah. I love that game so much. It's so much fun.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Ist wirklich Hiro der Mörder oder... Bevor irgendwas anderes besprochen wird, müssen wir eine Sache klarstellen. Okay, los. Make your argument. Was für ein Truth Bullet haben wir? Yasuhiros Nachricht. Oh, ich muss niesen.
Everything we found in your room. The
Oh, fuck.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
Chill, nicht so schnell.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Looking at the blueprints, I have right. It's awfully messy. Stimmt, ja, seine Handschrift. Seine Handschrift ist ja sehr schön, stimmt.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Fuck. Nochmal.
Hero, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Nochmal.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit
Bam.
parts,
No, that's wrong.
Jawohl. No, that's wrong. Es ist falsch. Break.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
what do you mean?
Well, take a look at this.
Guter Soundtrack. Yes, the soundtrack is really, really good.
It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
Oh ja, eine andere Schrift.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Oh.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Oh. Ja, es war Hiro, aber es kann ja auch sein... Ich weiß nicht, ich gucke
Is it
noch.
like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
Ich weiß nicht, es kann auch sein, dass niemand in dem Anzug war.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Oh, ich soll's sagen? Natürlich gibt es an mich weiter.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Ja, Hiro, aber... Ja, es war Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
Genau.
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
Nein.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
Genau.
What?
Nani?
Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that,
Whoa.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Genau. Wie wurde denn er rumtransportiert? Ich schätze gar nicht. Nee, Taka und Hifumi waren anderer, ja. Ja, ich würde sagen, dass es eigentlich Hifumi war.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Ja. Ja, wo sind die denn? Da, das hier. Present. I got it! Es gibt noch eine Sache. Zwei Sachen. Ah ja, die Plane. Beide Sachen.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Was?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Genau.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Ja.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Nö.
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Nein.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Oh my god, Byakuya. Oh my fucking god.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Ey, Fotze. Bitch.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Alter, Fotze. Wow, ich habe niemanden gehört, der so nice klingt, während er so böse zu mir war. Vielleicht kann ich dir... Celeste has impossible hair, yeah. And therefore I do not trust her, yeah. To be honest, I think she is a murderer in this case. Because she's very, very suspicious. She's the only one that has seen the Robo Justice suit, but nobody else. I think she is the one, to be honest. Ja. Jetzt muss ich beweisen, warum es von dem einen Raum in den anderen gebracht wurde. Reloading? We're gonna add one more, okay. Was it's reload? That is sus. Yes. And she acted so fake, to be honest. Because she's like, always so calm and reserved. But this time she was so panicky and scared that a killer might kill her. On the bottom of the screen you can analyze the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the Y button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked you are. What? Oh, you can reload by pressing the X button. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the X button in time with a tempo marker. What? Basically, just remember that the X button now has a function along with the A. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I wish that you had a tutorial. Ich wünsche, man hätte so ein Tutorial hier. It's always so difficult to understand. Das ist jetzt dieses Rhythmusspiel.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
So. Sorry, I have to concentrate.
You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
Bam.
This will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Aha! Final strike.
I
Equipment.
cannot agree.
Skrrr.
This should prove it.
Mess her up. Fuck you, Celeste. Celeste, get fucked, Alter. Potzer.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Ja. Kurwa.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's trail.
Ja.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident.
Oof,
They
there we
wheeled
go.
the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Fuck you, Celeste. Fick dich. Hasst Celeste mich denn so sehr?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
Kein Roboter.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Wie die Körper transportiert worden sind? Was meint ihr denn damit? Okay. Haben wir jetzt mehrere... Make your argument, okay. Robo-Justice Costume. Okay.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Genau.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could move the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched and
Fuck.
carted the body off.
Nein, 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 nein. Scheiße. Ich hab's verfehlt. I missed it. Scheiße.
I realize anything.
Ja. Fuck. To make it obvious for you, the costume is not bendable. You can't bend over to push it. And I missed that. Man kann sich mit dem Kostüm nicht bücken. So, nochmal.
Yeah, then loaded it onto
Nein.
the dolly.
Now, keep in mind that the
Well, yeah, all you'd have to do
Just bend over. Fuck you, hab's.
No, it's wrong.
Oh, crap, yes. Haha, wusste ich.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
Ja.
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Aha.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Not that all.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Ja. Ja. Ich bin blind wie ein Fledermaus hier. Ja, ich kann meine Füße überhaupt nicht sehen. Ich kann gar nicht verstehen, wie du überhaupt nicht im Kostüm dich bewegen konntest. Ich sag's dir, ich war es nicht. Und nicht zu vergessen, du kannst dich überhaupt nicht an der Hüfte bücken. Es scheint wohl, als ob das ein ziemlich oberflächliches Fehler wäre oder so ähnlich, ja? Ja, ja.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist.
Ja.
Am I right about that?
Haha.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Es muss Celeste sein. It has to be Celeste.
it seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Lenken? To steer?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Yeah, oh, it's censored. Oh, I don't know why it's censored. Did you say kurwa?
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
I think not. the Twitch spotted, like the... No, kurwa. You're dead. Okay, I think Twitch just did not allow that specific word. Weird, I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah. You can't take it off by yourself. Yeah. I got it!
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Ah, ich kann es nicht ausziehen. Ah. Well, I had a clip, but I can't put it... Yeah, please. I can post it then on in the chat. Send it privately, so I can post it. So. Let's go. It made me laugh. Ah, okay. Let me see that. Ja, das ist eine Klette. Das heißt aber auch, dass jemand ihn da reingezwängt hat. Weil der kann es von außen ja nicht zumachen. Someone forced him inside the costume because he can't close that thing on his own, you know?
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Ja.
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Ja.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
Oh, wait. Can you try to... Wait a minute. Can you try to post a link? I want to see if that works. If you push post a link now, if it works.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Okay, it doesn't work. Weird. I don't know how the permit works on Twitch, but it never worked for me, to be honest. It never worked for some reason. I don't know why. It's such a weird thing. But you can send it to me privately on the whisper function. So.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
Okay, let me check the clip. Okay, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah!
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Oh, fuck off. Fick dich.
You all got a good look at it, did you not?
Did you not?
The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice?
Uh-oh.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
How do you explain that? Because it was staged.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Wie wurdest du verletzt? Dieser Typ hat mich geschlagen. Was für ein Typ? Robo-Justice, so hab ich ihn genannt. Fürs Erste.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Oh, hahaha.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Aber wir haben doch gerade gesagt, wie konnte man das transportieren? Geht nicht.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Ja.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Kyoko is cool and sensible, unless she was the one in the row. So, no, it's impossible. I trust Kyoko with every inch of my being. I trust us that she's not a bad character.
What a pain in the ass!
And I fucking hate her as well. Like, she's a schizophrenic girl, and this is her genocide, like her murderous personality, and I fucking hate it. It's so cheap and bad.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Do it!
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Well, yeah, because she's the ultimate murderer, I think. Yeah, I don't like her as a character.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
Morning.
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
No.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice.
Robo-Justice.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
She was always making that sound. That's why I don't trust her. Yeah, I think she is lying here. She didn't see anything. She was just distracting us. Ich glaube nicht, dass sie irgendwas gesehen hat. Sie hat einfach nur uns abgelenkt. Weil sie immer die Einzige war, die was gesehen hat. She was the only one that was seeing some things.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Zilla, ist was los? Das war ein intensiver Schrei für jemanden wie dich. Ich habe ihn gesehen, einen komisch kostümierten Mann. Ja. Ich habe die Treppen blockiert und das kann nicht sein. Wenn sie die Treppen blockiert hat, konnte er nicht weiter runter. She was apparently blocking the stairs, but he still got down somehow.
and then...
Ja! Was war das? Das kam von unten. Naja.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
Dead? Nein. He was not dead. Er war nicht tot.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Nein, das habt ihr für Taka gehört. You heard that for Taka, not for him.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, We had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Genau, that's the point, that's the point. He wasn't dead, he ate too many jelly donuts. Maybe, but no, I think he was the... he helped with the murder. Because when we found the first body of the chubby guy, if 3 or more people find a body, there's an announcement that a body has been found. And when we found the chubby guy in the nursing room, or nursing office, the announcement went off. But, like Sakura's saying, they found this body, that's a different one, at the same time. So, and the weird part about that is that later we had a second announcement when we found the chubby guy in a different room. So that means the first announcement was for this guy.
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
So that means that the first chubby guy was not dead.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi.
Hifumi?
Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumis Körper ist verschwunden.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Das kann doch nicht passieren. Halluzinieren wir alle oder was?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing.
No. No.
Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. Which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Es ist immer Celeste, die Sache bin. It's always Celeste that finds the things.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Die Gegensätze. Okay. Einen Moment. So. Ich muss die Gegensätze finden. Okay, los geht's. Let's go. We have to find the contradictions. Monokuma-Fall 3. Yep.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Nein.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Nein. Bueno, aber muss ja nicht heißen. Wir wurden nicht im gleichen...
So,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Nein, fuck, falsch. Nein, scheiße. Shit.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Warte.
I want...
Ich muss es nochmal durchlesen. die Opfer waren Hifumi und Kiyotaka. Ja, the cause of that is over. Similar weapon. Okay.
Or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death.
See? So it's
Okay, das ist andere. Nein, es ist Order.
So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order
Nein.
they were killed in.
Hä? Oh! Shoot! Nein, wie ging das denn nochmal? Wait. How do you... Controls. Nein. Silencer auch nicht. Wie... How do you steal the argument? This is intense, yeah, but I have to take one argument and fire it at the other one. But how do I do it again? Password, no. Open handbook, fire truth, no. Nein. Okay.
If he died before he filmed, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering.
Nein! Haha, finally.
No, that's wrong.
Jetzt aber. No, that's wrong!
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
What makes you say that?
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yeah, it was.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Announcement. Ah, yeah, 6. Ah, Uhr. He had a watch. The watch. Hangman's Gambit. What? Wristwatch. No. S. Give me the S. Ah, fuck. I needed W again. H. Haha! Wristwatch.
Now I understand.
Armbanduhr.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
Yep.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Yeah.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Yeah.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Yeah.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Ja. Ja. Hä? Was war das? Nein. Ja, ein bisschen zurück.
When we heard for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Huh.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
Sie redet auch so viel, ne? She's so talkative right now.
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies.
Ich vermute, dass Hifumi nicht tot war. I just guessed that Hifumi wasn't dead.
On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
Ja, nicht für mehr als 1-2 Minuten weg. Ja. In der kurzen Zeit den Körper weggetragen.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Ja, Hifumi was not dead. Er war nicht tot.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Ja!
Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
Yes.
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Oh my god! Yes. Er war am Leben. He was alive.
He was alive?
Yes. Die ganze Zeit.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Ja.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Nein.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Ja! Ja!
That it isn't possible.
Ja, ja. Ja, es ist möglich. Seine Gläser vielleicht? Broken Wristwatch? Nein, wir brauchen was Neues. Wir brauchen was Neues. We need another argument.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Ja.
No, it is impossible.
Nein.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Ja. Ja. Es wurde nur einmal gesagt. Aber es wurden die Gleichkörper wurden im gleichen Moment entdeckt. So.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement.
So.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Nein! Nein!
And that isn't a real, really. So
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
So. Nochmal. Ich wollte schießen. I didn't want to take the argument. Oh, danke fürs Abonnieren. Thank you for subscribing, Chamham. That's so cute. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dankeschön. Oh, lol. In the middle. Okay, I have to play with the alert a bit. De nada. Ah, gracias.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was... No. If Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had...
Haha!
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong. This is really absorbing. Yes, it is. I love that game so much.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Haha, I knew it. Ich wusste es.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Nein.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
Oh, thank you. That's so cute of you. I'm trying my best. Thank you.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
Watch Monokuma now come into the sea.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means...
Ja, wir haben den beim zweiten Mal entdeckt. The broadcast was made after the second time.
Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Ja.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Ja. Genau. Ja. Als hätten beide Körper gefunden worden.
Second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Genau, da haben wir Hifumi auf dem Boden gefunden. We found Hifumi lying on the floor there. Ja. Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered. Ein Körper wurde gefunden. Ja.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Ja.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Genau.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Ah.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Oh, Silas, halt dein Maul. Shut the fuck up.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Oh, Celeste, you're distracting. Du lenkst ab, du dumme Sau. Okay, wir müssen was finden jetzt. Okay. Make your argument. Was haben wir jetzt? Hifumis Glas. Ja, Gläser, genau. Los geht's.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Ja.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
Hä, was? Hä, was? That was a contradiction. Das war doch ein Gegenspruch. Sie hat doch gesagt, dass er kein Unterschied war. Scheiße. Hä? Nochmal.
Here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Nein! Jetzt! Skra! Fuck yeah. Sorry. Wrong argument. I'm sorry. Sorry.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
Repository.
His glasses.
Glasses.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yep. Wo ist es? Nein. Da.
I got it!
I got it!
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yes, that's right.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Das ist nicht wichtig.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Ja.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Ja, das ist ein ziemlich guter Punkt. I am constantly cleaning my glass, but I haven't murdered anyone yet. I don't believe you. Maybe you were in the Robo Justice suit. Were you, Chumham? Tell me, were you the one in the suit?
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office.
I don't believe you. I have my truth bullets, you know? I can end your life right now.
He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Ja.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead,
Warum?
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Not the truth bullets. Not the others. Wir haben noch einen
The fridge in the nurse's office contains
Ja.
packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
Exactly. Wir haben noch eins im Müll gefunden. We found some packaging in the bin.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. Oh, what an idiot.
That scumbag used donated blood? Well. I don't know. The problem is, we don't know how Monokuma got to the blood, because apparently there's some shady things going around here. And I don't think that blood was donated, to be honest. I think he got it otherwise, or somehow in a different way, you know?
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Ja, Hifumi. Hifumi!
I got it!
I got it!
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
Ja.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
Ja.
But when we got there, the door was locked.
The door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who'd just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
Ja.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Ja.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
Ja.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Bitte, zeig's uns.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Ah, der Zettel. The piece of paper. Da.
I got it!
I got it!
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
Ja.
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What?
In his, yes. Pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Ich habe ein Loch gefunden, wo wir entkommen können. Monokuma darf es nicht herausfinden, also sag's niemandem. Lass uns im Ausrüstungsraum um 6 Uhr treffen.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Aha.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Taka.
I got it!
Me, Hifumi's pants.
Taka!
Me, Hifumi's pants. Taka!
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Mann, Jack ist ziemlich beängstigend, aber immer noch. Ich kann sie nicht mich überwältigen lassen. Okay, jetzt muss ich gucken. was sie sagen will. We have to check what she's trying to say. Hifumis glasses. Nein. Okay, dann gucken wir mal.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy.
Nein.
But remember what the note said.
Na.
What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter.
Doch.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Nein. Bam, Junge. No, that's wrong. Fuck you. Wir haben's. Erster Punkt.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Haha!
What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Ja.
You've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Aha.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Ja.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
Genau.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that.
Jaha.
No further objections.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Ja.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Natürlich. Wir haben ja... We have something. Da. Genau das hier.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Naja, du hast es nicht gesehen. Kyoko hat es gesehen. Kyoko saw it.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There is only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
Ja.
Did I get all that right?
Genau.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact,
Nein.
he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Nein.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
Genau.
The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Ja.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
Genau.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
Genau. Und einer hat geschrien. Someone screamed.
In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Aha.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Walrus?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
Genau.
The weapon?
The weapon.
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Ja.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository,
Da war kein Hammer.
the culprit would have had to
Oder?
grab one of the hammers, kill it, and put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
Ja.
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
Haben die nicht. They didn't get their hands on the hammers. There were different hammers lying on the walls that were even wet when we checked them, like they were washed.
Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
None. Keine.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Ja.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
No. Nein, nein.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Ein Hammer. Ja, ich muss die Wahrheit herausfinden. Die Hammer an der Wand. Welche Argument? Spotless Hammers. Ja, genau. Die meine ich. That's what I mean.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Nein.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
No.
well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Nein. Fuck, was? Oh, fuck. Scheiße, doch nicht. Fuck. 2 Versuche noch.
What was used? Was it just maybe Justice? Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like
Ach nee.
Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Ah, nee, das ist keine Contradiction. Das widerspricht sich ja nicht.
One thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the
Nein,
Justice
nein.
Hammers.
Fuck jetzt, sorry, so. That's wrong, ja. Es war ein normaler Hammer. It was a normal hammer.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But seriously? A different weapon?
Na, nicht ganz.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones,
Yep.
and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Genau.
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Aha. Du bist es halt gewesen. Du hast ihn verarscht.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Die will ablenken wieder. Moment. Ja, wir haben darüber, dass es keinen Grund gibt, zusammenzuarbeiten, aber... Das haben wir jetzt erst gedacht, aber... Dancing to the soundtrack while making ramen. Damn, that's good. Enjoy your ramen. Oh, wir brauchen einen neuen Hinweis. Okay.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Can we say there's no chance two people work together? Ja. Danke. Yes.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply,
That is.
but that only really,
In this case, however, there were two murders.
Okay. Gucken wir mal.
based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive, assuming the rule holds.
Bam! Haha!
No, it's wrong.
The film was set up? Yes, he was set up. 100%. He was set up.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Yep.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
Genau.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
Genau.
They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
Aber mehrere.
Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Genau.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Oh oh, Celeste, du hast das Foto geschossen, Celeste. Celeste took the pictures. Oh oh, oh oh.
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Ja. Hyoka muss diesen Fakt von Anfang an bemerkt haben. But surely it was a big mistake to not move Hifumi. How do you mean by not moving him? He moved. He moved himself. Like that was the part. He moved himself. He was moved, like that it was set up to move him. The problem is, I mean the second time when he was actually killed, Let me think about that. Well, maybe, yeah. Yes, that's true, actually. Because if they moved Hifumi's body, they would have not thought about him being the murderer. But the problem is, how do you want to move him? He is a bit chunky, you know? He got some mass. He got some... You know? Yes. Kyoko ist wirklich beeindruckend. Auch. Wenn man darüber nachdenkt, ist sie vielleicht schon zu beeindruckend. Es ist schon unnatürlich, wie gut sie hier in der Sache ist.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Yes, he's really, really chunky. Oh, wait a minute, please. Let me move the chat box a bit. Okay.
That's problem numero uno right now.
Der wahre Mörder hat Hifumi manipuliert, um die ganzen Aktionen auszuführen und hat ihn im Endeffekt selbst ermordet. Ja. Nur eine Person kann da passen. Celeste.
Here's my answer.
Haha, ich wusste es doch.
It was Celeste.
Es war Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yep.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
Oh, yes.
A joke? I wonder.
Oh, Celeste.
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yep. Things are about to get spicy, yes.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brain fat, lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Yeah.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Encountering the Sus, ja, genau.
I got it.
Ihn die ganze Zeit zu sehen.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Aha.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Ey, yo, what the fuck?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yep.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Ich habe einen Schatten gesehen. Bewegt sich die Treppen hoch. Don't say sorry, I don't like this Byakuya. To be honest, I don't like him, but I also don't hate him. He's a cunt, but still.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Yep.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
He's helping at least. Exactly. It's not like he is just an asshole to be an asshole. He is kind of smart.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, was ist los? Das war wirklich ein intensiver Schrei für jemanden wie dich. Ich habe ihn gesehen, den komisch kostümierten Mann. Ja. Genau, die Treppen abgesperrt.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Ja. Ah. Was war das? Das kommt von unten, es muss wohl Hifumi gewesen sein. Ja.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Yep.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Warum teilen wir uns nicht in 2 Gruppen auf? Mhm.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Oh, another clip. Let me check the clip. Wait a minute, please. Another clip. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. I love it. Thank you for the clip. Uh-oh, Celeste is in a corner. Sie wird eingeeckt.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Ja.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Ich habe das definitiv nicht erwartet. Ich hätte nicht erwartet, dass Hifumi ermordet werden konnte.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Ja. Uh-oh.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Ja.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Haha, Celeste.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but
Oh?
looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Another clip? Another clip. Wait a minute. The short one, that's so good. That's so good. Good job. Die müssen das wohl echt genießen. Dass wir ängstlich hier und verwirrt hier sind. Wir werden ja alle sterben. Wir werden sterben, genau wie die Typen es sagen. Oh, genau wie die Typen. Like those guys. Emphasis is on those. She knew that multiple people died, apparently. Sie wusste, dass mehrere Leute anscheinend gestorben sind. This is going down. Yes, she is.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
It was before she found Taka's body. Es war bevor sie Takas Körper gefunden hat.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Oh oh. Der Kühe sagt, dass Celeste Kommentare keinen Sinn ergibt. Aber was meint ihr denn? Ja, dass die konnten nicht wissen, dass Tucker vorher tot war. Those guys. Los.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated.
Nein.
We're all going to die here.
Nein.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Ja.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it?
Ja.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Bam! Ey, na Scheiße. Ja, ja, ja.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying.
Warte mal, wait. Monokuma. Nein.
They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
So.
And that is all I said.
So, jetzt aber.
And that's all it
Na.
takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so
Bam.
strange about Celeste's comment?
Nein, was? Ah, scheiße, never mind. Scheiße, okay, wait. Also doch mit dem Monokuma-Fall. Okay.
They must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die. We are going to die.
So.
Just like those guys.
Hä, was? What? Hä, warte. Ich weiß, was sie meinen. I know what they're meaning. That, like, she did not know that... she did not know that Tucker was dead. But how do I answer that? Okay. Warte.
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positive. We are all going to die.
Nein.
Here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Mann. Ich weiß nicht. When she said that, she should only have known about Hifumi's. Yeah, that's what I mean. But wie sage ich das jetzt? How do I... those guys? Yeah, I tried, but it did not work out, apparently. That's why I'm a bit confused, you know? It did not work, the truth bullet on that. That's why I'm so confused. I just don't know how. Those guys? And it's all that? And all of us? Scheiße. Ich weiß, I don't know. Nochmal.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and they must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
So.
And that is all.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange?
So, das hier? Hä? Okay, warum funktioniert das? Why doesn't it work? Hä? It normally should work. Normalerweise sollte... Aber standing around? No. Irgendwie muss es doch funktionieren. Scheiße. Or the other way around?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Kann ich das machen? Can I use it in the next one? Ja! Okay. So? Ja, meine Güte. Ah, okay. It was the other way around. It was so weird. I'm sorry.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Ja.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Aha.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Aha. Uh-oh.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Ich glaube schon, yeah, I think so, that as well. I think it was a setup.
So let's put the suit on, and
Nein.
then she used the camera's timer to
Nein.
set up the picture.
Ich glaube, der hat dich getragen. I think Hifumi was carrying Yasuhiro.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
So, I had to sneeze.
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Oh, wait a minute, please.
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Ja!
What could you possibly mean by that?
Hifumi's carrying the Robo Justice away.
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Andere Erklärung? Wenn es nicht das Bild war, dass der Täter Hifumi wegträgt, ist es genau andersrum. Hifumi sagt nein. Da. I got it. Gesundheit, Dankeschön.
Not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
Dankeschön.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Nato. Yes.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Uh-oh.
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Impossible.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh.